Hey there, it's Alpha Bob. We now join Alpha Joe as he's finishing up a Relic site. He has reached 3.4 billion ISK in his cargo hold. Hacking Relic sites in this electric storm has been pretty profitable. But I feel Alpha Joe is getting too overconfident. He's taking risks you shouldn't take with over 3 billion ISK inside your ship. Even jumping through gates can have some risk. But using the map can help see if players are in the next system.
Warp drive active.
Alpha Joe decides it's safe and goes for the gate jump. He opens the agency window to examine the number of cosmic signatures in the nearby systems. This is a way to find new signatures you haven't scanned. There are 5 unknown cosmic signatures.
Warp drive active.
But as you see in Joe's notepad, he has recorded 3 signatures that are not Relic sites. This will save time scanning this system. He can right-click on each of these sites and select the ignore result for each one. He found the first Relic site. And Joe struggles to move his probes.
Warp drive active.
Joe continues to scan while he warps to the Relic site. Time to cargo scan. 12 million. We will do this hack first. $8 million. That works. Remember to tag the good containers. Now for the hack. A lot of rule of 6 spots on this board. Knowing the rule of 6 can make hacking super easy. Now for the 8 million ISK. We have to remove this suppressor virus. This one we will skip for now. Another suppressor, but we don't have enough health to break it. We search for a tool, but we find failure. Second try, and we get a middle spawn. The system core can be anywhere on the board. So we break this virus. Blocked. 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 Joe chooses to go through this middle virus. And kill the spider. We found the core, just barely. As Joe collects his loot, we will fast forward ahead to Joe's next big hack. We arrive at the last relic site in this system. First container has 33 million ISK. Next has 8 million. Ignore that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. 58 million ISK, not this one. 3 hacks to do. We start with the 33 million ISK. Along the rule of 6 highway. Must be near the top. We must break this virus. And now Joe is 33 million ISK richer. $8 million ISK on the line here. That was a mistake. Another mistake, we should have attacked that top virus. Joe chips away at it. Finally, the right tool. And here's the system core. Joe almost blew that one. Okay, now for the 58 million ISK hack. Can you tell Joe is a bit anxious? Here we go. You must kill the spider virus first. Joe goes slow, making sure to use the numbers. And it pays off, the system core. And 58 million ISK is collected for a 1-minute hack. Joe opens the map to check if the next system is safe.
Warp drive active.
Looks clear, so he warps to the gate. Remember, this is the average pilots in space in the last 30 minutes. So it's possible that a new pilot has entered that system. No one here, and there are signatures to scan.
Warp drive active.
These sites don't have any high-valued hacks, so we will skip ahead to another day. With no signatures, Joe sees the storm is now weak. Opening the map, we can see no players are showing up, so Joe sets his destination to the new center of the storm. Remember, the storm center is updated on the Storm Tracker
Warp
website.
drive active.
Joe does some cleanup of his notes. He will record the non-Relic sites as he scans these new systems. Hey, this system should be empty. With no sites, the storm has probably moved 2 systems over. Joe warps ahead. These 2 players are most likely docked, but Joe doesn't check the map for this. Bad Joe. Joe has reached over 4 billion ISK. Maybe it's time to be more careful. Okay, there are 4 players here, and we see an orca on D-scan. But Joe wants to scan.
Active.
There's that orca flying to the gate. We note the player's name and we see him leave the system. There is a benefit to alpha players in this electrical storm.
Warp drive active.
Since cloaks don't work in these storms, Omega players can't hide their ships. So Joe will continue to spam the D-scan, watching for any signs of the other players. Joe is now warping to one of the stations.
Warp
He
drive
wants to check if
active.
those 3 players are docked there. Or he could use the map. The 2 inside the brackets indicates there are 2 players docked.
Warp drive active.
So we only have 1 player to worry about. Joe continues to scan down the signatures and use his D-scan. Joe is ready to hack that first Relic site. But he warps to the closest planet first. This way, he will know if the site is clear. A new player enters the system. And another. It's getting pretty busy in here. With nobody on D-scan, Joe warps to the site.
Warp drive active.
Again, without cloaks, none of these ships can sneak up on Joe. He just has to be ready to warp out at the sight of any ship appearing on D-scan. Landing a bit off the site, Joe sets up to warp to the ruins.
Warp drive active.
Now for some hacking. Okay, someone is scanning for sites now. Still not worried yet. It will take them some time. 63 million ISK here. Let's quickly hack this container. I think I saw 65 million ISK in that other ruins container. Concentrate now. Don't mess up the hack while watching D-scan and the overhead at the same time. If you see a ship, warp out. Bingo, 63 million ISK. And I was right, the other container is 65 million ISK. Let's do that one now. Go slow and be careful. So far, so good. It's not on this side, so we check the other corner. Rule of 6. And we find the core. 65 million ISK richer.
Warp drive active.
And just in time, a buzzard is on D-scan. Alpha Joe flies to his perch to stay safe. Since the buzzard is on D-scan, we will scan down the far signature, which is outside of the range of my D-scan. Since he just came into the system, he probably hasn't scanned all the sites yet. It looks like he's scanning that Blood Raider's site.
Warp drive
Now we can
active.
fly to that far relic site. The coast is clear. Time to cargo scan. Oh baby, 88 million ISK. And a 12 million ISK container. We have 100 million ISK to hack here. Time to be greedy. Blocked 3 ways. This is a fail. One more chance. Gotta love the rule of 6. Kill that suppressor with the angle tool. Perfect. And we have the system core. 88 million ISK. Nice hack. Joe has become lazy. He hasn't been tagging the good containers with an X, and he thinks this is a good container. It's actually under 1 million ISK. Look how he fights for this one. Lots of time wasted and failure. Just barely, and all for 1 million ISK. Now Joe picks the right container. And he scans it again, just to be sure. Lots of spots with rule of 6. This should be easy. But Joe has to fight again. Using all his skill, he finds the system core. And now 12 million is collected. We stop here to see Alpha Joe has 4.4 billion ISK in his ship's cargo. He's getting close to the 5 billion ISK mark. Tune in next time to see if 5 billion ISK will actually fit in his ship. And will he be able to fly it back safely to Jeddah? Until then, happy hacking.